Hello, dear, and welcome back to the Lunar Nebula Art Channel with me, Jelenon. Today, we are hopefully finishing our Roadrunner and Sonic X cartoon mashup. I gotta plug in my Apple Pencil. This thing charges pretty quickly, though, but we may not even need it. I realized something as I was thinking about this. Pretty much all the Sonic characters have shoes, usually with some amount of redness to them. So we should copy, at least that idea. And then I think for the Roadrunner's wings, we're going to try to make more of an action pose, since Sonic likes action poses and stuff. Yeah. So without further ado, let's bring back our Sonic X. And then, I think we're going to change the Roadrunner's body color a little bit as well. So we will do some things. First things first. Let's duplicate this. Just the body, mind you. We're going to do that. And we'll try to delete just the highlights and things. Alright, so from here, we can delete that as well. Because we're just trying to make a nice little area for the body. And with that in mind, I'm going to create a new shape. Alright, so pen tool. I'm going to do something like this. Alright, just so that we can cut this. And let's do subtract. There we go. Now we've got a couple different things. I'm going to undo that. Try to select just this portion of stuff. Delete that. Okay. And then, let's see. Yeah, it looks like we do want to change the body color entirely. So we will. Alright then. We don't need you anymore. And you will become the color underneath. And then we want to see, does this color work okay? Because it might not. Also, did I delete the face from the original? Apparently I did. Mistakes were made. Alright, you. Let's bring it all back to go there faster. Go down here. Okay. What did I do to the face I worked so hard on? Seriously. What happened? Okay. Alright, so we've got this one. Let's just duplicate all of this. And then from here, we'll figure stuff out. Okay. So let's duplicate this. And that selected. Let's try to get rid of all this stuff. Or even just do this. Yoink. Alright. Then we're going to just use the pen tool one more time. Delete all that. There we go. Now we've got that. Okay. That doesn't affect anything. So let's check underneath again. Yeah, that's good. So now let's just make some little wingies. Yep, and that is the scientific term, little wingies. And we want kind of an action pose. So I think with that, since the Roadrunner is such a hyper individual, it's also very happy. We should try to do something like he's waving. That's my opinion. So we're going to do a little wing right there. We will make this look better. And that might help a little bit. Alright. And then we do want to copy kind of that finger design. Once again, that's kind of that triangular oblong cylinder. So let's try to do that. Okay. Change that angle a bit. Try to make it look a little like a finger. Like a weird pinky that's hanging out. Kind of like how that pinky's hanging out. Not too many people actually make that kind of hand shape. Not without much effort, anyway. Yeah, so we want something closer to that. Yep. And we'll try to copy that feeling over here. Okay. And I do feel like that looks more like a feather at that point as well. Okay. There's that. Do we care about this pinky feather? Looking like this. Oh dear. I mean, it implies that his feathers can be used kind of like fingers. So maybe that's a good thing? Question mark? Maybe it's terrible? Let's just delete that maybe. Yeah, something like that. And of course we'll take that blue for now. Actually, we'll take that blue. Boop. Okay, so we've got some wings right there. And then, do we have the other one on the other side, or not? Because we could do something like this, and then have the other leg over it. I think that would work. Yeah. Pull it in a little bit, make it a bit smaller. And then we put that one below the bodies. There we go. And then it'll look a little bit like that for now. Get rid of that Sonic. Yoink. And then we can actually duplicate this foot. Pull it over here. Pull it above the wing. Yeah, and then we can manipulate these as we desire. It might take a while to select these the way I want to. So let's check Apple Pencil. Plugged it in, it's at 66%. So we can select all of these the hard way, where you hold one finger on the screen, and then tap on each node. Which, yeah, that's the hard way. Or we basically just select all of these nodes, move these out of the way for now, and then select all these. Joy. So we can kind of move these out of the way. Can't really rotate it like I'm hoping to. Yeah. So what we might do, actually, we pull that away. Don't worry, it won't look like this forever. And then, with that, that is not the shape that I was hoping. Okay, with this shape, I think we can subtract and do what we want. Nope. I need to pull this one above. and then the subtract. There we go. So now we have a little bit more we can do with that. Let's delete that node before it causes problems. Same with those. And then we can kind of get rid of this chicken leg if we want. Yoink. Then we'll just turn the foot. Pretty similar. So it is bigger. Yeah. Drag that out a little bit. Make this bigger. And then we just kind of keep manipulating it until we get it where we want. Now I can put my pencil back. Okay. Let's delete that, make it a little bit smoother looking. Pull that in. I want this to look like a talon. There we go. Then we want to move that and that. Delete that one. Generally speaking, I think you can make smoother curves just by decreasing the number of nodes in general. Seems like it anyway. I'll do that and that. Okay. Let's turn off this wing. It's getting in the way now. All right. Okay, time for another talon. Yeah, roadrunners in reality can go pretty quickly. I want to say something like 30 miles per hour. It's been a while since I've looked that up in zoo books or anything. And maybe there's a super Usain Bolt roadrunner these days that breaks all the records. You never know. Cheetahs can be pretty crazy. I think they can go 60 miles per hour. Like 70 kilometers. 80 kilometers maybe per hour. Me and kilometers were not too fond of each other, but I know they exist. Okay. We got that. Alright. So we've got that talon. And then, now that we've got that positioned the way we want, we can copy and paste this game, and then we will just get rid of the claw again, and just use the other bit. So for this one, let's just make a square. We can flip that how we want. Okay. Subtract. And then we can get rid of some of these nodes. Whoop. Alright. Make that a sharp node, I think. Okay. Yeah. There we go. And then we can add those two back together. And so now it's one big shape. So that's a thing we can do. Does that look good enough? Yeah, it looks like this might be too thick right here. So let's move that. Make it look a little bit like a bicep, you know. The legs are literally, when a baby is forming in the womb, they're kind of like the arms and then they flip around. It's pretty impressive. when you look up how babies change in the womb, there are quite a few things that happen that are just, you're like, how is this practical? But clearly it works. So, yeah. Life. It'll find a way. And sometimes eat your car. Okay. So yeah, that's how we're going for our pose. We got our little wingies, and that should work. We just need to give the wings the same kind of treatment that we gave to the tail feathers. Though I do need to change the colors on the tail feathers. Clearly. Clearly. So yeah, that's a thing. We've got all this stuff together now. Let's combine it all. Yoink. Now let's move you out of it. And you. There we go. So now we've got Sonic behind everything. Which is not where we want Sonic. We want Sonic at the front. Because he's the fastest thing alive. Okay. Alright, so I think looking at the shading for Sonic, and the highlighting as well, I mean, they don't overdo the shading on the legs. They want to draw attention to the spikes. And yeah, I think we'll try to do the same thing with these hands, where we're going to focus mostly on the shading. And by hands, I mean wings. Yep. Also, we can delete this. Boop. Or do I want to? No. Thankfully, we have an undo key in digital art, which is 2 fingers. Alright then. So yeah, body, same thing. We'll probably do a mild shadow for the head and stuff like that. Yeah. So we can keep all of this. I'm going to delete that one real fast. Just try to save some memory on the device. And I think we're pretty happy with how this is going to be looking. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll do details like all the little sections on the legs and toes. Well, the toes we're going to cover up with shoes. So really, I didn't need to think that hard about this section over here, but oh well. We did it. It's done. We have learned lessons. Like, why waste your time? But anyway, moving on. So, once again, we're going with shadows. And Sonic's shadows are pretty edgy. There's usually some curves and then sharp angles. Yeah. So, I think for this, go with something like that. Ah. Nope. Okay, it doesn't want to let me. Fine. Now we'll do it. Okay, then we'll just do that. Put it in there. Get rid of this. And then we'll go to our color palette. Go to the fill color. And then change that. Okay. And then we can mess with this as we wish. Yeah, the shadows on his hands. There's a lot of straight edges with some curves. So it's kind of like straight curve, straight curve. So let's go with something like this. Straight, then curve, then straight, and then curve. Something like that. Okay. And yeah, we're not going to copy that. We're just going to make our own little shaded sections. Okay, so with feathers, I could have them all join. All the shadows could join up. That's an idea. Okay, that's in there. Yeah. could do something like that. Yeah, I definitely don't like the look of this shadow as much as the first one. Fascinating. Though this one I do want to make a little better. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I'm not liking it. What do I want to change? Is that better? Not really. So we'll think about that some more later. Sometimes you just need to move on. The question is how, when, why, etc., etc. And maybe I need to look at some pictures of bird wings. Might be a possibility. Then we can move into that. Yeah. We'll do that for now. We can just combine all these together. And it's now one crazy shape. I think that straight line makes sense. I just want it to match this feather better. Yeah, like that. And we'll take both of those. Bring that in a little bit. Pull that. And you know, maybe we just pull all that down. Yeah. The shading on Sonic's hand feels less, I don't know, less like a big deal. Whereas this covers a lot of it. Could do something like this. I think that'll work. And sometimes we're just going to have to play around with things until they look okay to us. The shadows do make this feel more like a finger, that's for sure. Okay. Well, for now, I think we like that. And then, since the other section is basically just copied and all that good stuff, we can just move it down. Yoink. We'll flip it. And move it as we desire. So let's see. Something like this. And we moved it down. So, almost. Alright, Sonic, we need you out of the way. Oh yeah, it's not perfect, but we can maneuver it. And because this is underneath, it should have more shade naturally. So we can mess with that. In fact, I think it would actually have more of a backlight towards the backside of this finger. So we should move all of that over here. And do something like this. There we go. I think that makes some more sense. And then the middle of the wing should still be pretty dark. Yeah. So we want the outside of the wing, where the light will hit, to be brighter. That's the theory. And I'm sticking with it. Okay. So we've got that going on. And we can remember that. And we just delete that one. Okay. Yeah. Delete that. Move that over. Okay, I think, yeah, a little bit of backlighting might make sense in that finger still. Finger feather. Feather finger. Okay. Nah, I take it back. And thus the art of art. There's not always a science to it. To what feels right. Though I'm sure somebody could figure it out and put scientific values on it. Anyway. We'll do that. Make that smart. And then, you know what? We'll do something like that. Yeah. Okay. Something like that. You can kind of see the edge of the light. Okay. And maybe we'll do that with other feathers later. For now, I think we like that. Okay. So we've gotten those pretty much finished. So we can get rid of those now. Look at what we are actually doing here. So tail feather wise, we should double check. Let's see, so we're not changing the hair. We should change this color. If I remember correctly. Okay, let's double check. So it is moved, yeah, left down our color wheel. And towards saturation. Okay. So we want to go to this, then we go left towards saturation. Okay. That's working. Definitely looks different. Okay. And then for the shadows, all of these. And if we do this, we go towards purple. And I think also towards saturation? Right? Double checking that assumption. So let's do that. No, towards black. Okay. So instead of sort of saturation, we go towards black. Something like that. And maybe those colors aren't working so hot together. Maybe. Let's be more like that. Well, it's working. Okay. We got that part done. Now I should also check Sonic. He does have some highlights on his legs. Okay. Let's combine some of these highlights. That should group these together. There we go. Alright. So with this in mind, where do we have some more highlights? Probably on the back of this leg. So we could do something. Let's go like right here. And up to here. Then we could hit like that. Yeah. Alright. Then we go with our highlight color. That one. Yoink. Okay. To remove this. I think what we do, something more like that. Yeah. Okay. We don't want too much highlighting. Well, maybe I take that back. There's a lot of highlights on Sonic's body. Like on that side and on this side. So he's pretty backlit. Okay. Well, we're going to make another backlight. Very similar. Alright. You can do something like that. Okay. Though, yeah, Sonic's highlight is thicker. So we should probably think about that as well. Are our highlights thick enough? Yep. Yeah, at least the body highlights don't really have the edges to them. So I should think about that as well. So forget the edge. Just put it on there. With that bounce lighting, I think this shadow wouldn't be as significant there. Yeah. Okay. I kind of like the shape of that one, so we'll keep that as is. I might change that one too. Anyway. So we did that. We're not going to be able to see any highlights on the back, since that's going to be covered by the wing. Like that. So I'm not too worried about that section. Plus, I don't want to necessarily draw too much attention there. Still, we probably should highlight that, because there is a little section right here. Yeah, okay. Alright then. Back to the pen tool. So let's just try to highlight. Right about there. Now let's get rid of Sonic, because we should probably go to here as well. Yep. Okay, that's smart. Okay. And then this one. Let's just delete it. Go here. Just extend this down. Okay. So something like that. And then we will make the wings appear again. That's kind of what this will look like. We're getting close. Okay. And then above each foot we can make a shoe. All right then. Let's take another look at Sonic. He does have some shadows with his eyes. I think we might do that too, just to make our eyes look more three-dimensional. Let's try something like... We can duplicate. Yeah, and then in here, what we're going to do is delete this stuff. Or not. Apparently I deleted too much. There we go. Just this one. From this, we transform to the shadowy color. And we make another ellipse. And we're going to subtract it. Let's see. Where should we put that? Something like that much shadow? I think so. Subtract. We got that now. Get rid of the stroke. And now we've got a little bit of that. And we can maneuver that still. And then we'll put that into here. Okay. So we could do that. Yeah, I think we'll take that. And this one will move down. Over here. Move that up a little bit. You can redirect the angle. Okay. Yep. Alright, we're starting to get what we were looking for. Okay, and then Sonic has a highlight and shadow on his face as well. So with that in mind, we'll do that. Okay. Let's get our pen tool again. And from here, so we've got the highlight behind us. We've already got the shadow underneath that portion of the beak. Got Sonic for more inspiration. Sonic, inspire me. Yeah, I think we'll keep the highlight over here. Okay. We're going to manipulate this. Alright, and then we can actually make multiples of this thing. So we get it the way we want it. Okay. Alright. So let's take this color. Once again, shift it to brighter. But not the stroke. So bam. Brighter. Towards the saturation. Okay. Too much saturation. Something like that. I think that might work. We prefer it towards white. I think that'll work. Yeah, and then we've got this shadow over here. So I don't think we need to worry about it further than that. No question then, in my mind. Yeah, that eye clearly, in the original Roadrunner picture, fits in the face. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at our eyeball. Yeah, let's pull it back. So it looks more like it's all inside the head, not popping out. Yeah. So I need to delete that older eyeball. So delete that. Don't think we need that, right? Yep. We do not. Okay. Well, for some reason this stroke looks off to me. Even now. Well, it doesn't look like we've done anything with it. Huh. Let me zoom out, it looks okay. Still. What if I increase it to 1? That looks better to me. Okay. Well, that's a thing now. Alright. And up here. Should decrease the stroke there. Okay. Well, got that. All right. There we go. Then we can maneuver this one. With the advent of Sonic the Hedgehog as a movie, how likely do you all think a Roadrunner live-action movie would be? I mean, Blue Blur, you know, they've both got it. Let's do that. I don't think the Roadrunner has nearly as many video games, though. Just a theory. All right. Okay, so let's make this eyebrow line a little different. Little different. Okay. Not quite that different. Trying to match the thing above it. Okay, close enough, right? There we go. That's better. And then we can maneuver this highlight better. Yeah. Okay. A little bit more. I think that works. Okay. We got that. And we've got to remember it's going to be harder to see any issues once we zoom out. Still, I do like things looking good. I think that works. Okay. So yeah, we got that. Now, does Sonic and live action movies and all that good stuff, like, what do you guys think of the Disney live action, quote unquote? I personally think it's kind of a marketing gimmick. But, you know, I do enjoy them, generally speaking. I liked The Lion King. It just, you know, it was actually animated. It wasn't really live action. That's my opinion, anyway. And you know what I realized? Sonic's eyes are a little more pointy. Little pointy. Let's see. Yeah, the ovals are a bit more pointy, and he does have a stroke around his eyes. So I will put a stroke around there. Do I care to make it that pointy? It doesn't really matter. Once you zoom out, it's like, oh, okay. Still. Yeah. I should make those pupils smaller. That's one thing. So we can do that. And then we can get rid of that other eyeball that's hiding behind there. Right? Isn't that what's going on? So why are we still seeing the black there? Is that an issue with something else? Am I in the wrong face? Aha, wrong face. Okay. That's what was up. Boop. So we'll turn that off. Yeah, and that doesn't affect it. Okay. So that explains that. Let's get this guy. First, we'll give him the stroke around the eyeball. Not like that. Wow. Looks like it's doing a stroke around everything. So we just want it around here. Okay. Now we can control that. Let's go with object. That's good. We want that width to be way down. Like right here. 0.5 seems good. Oh, Sonic. If only I could reference you a little more easily. Looks like it should be bigger than that in terms of stroke size. So let's make it more like 1. And then we can maneuver that. So it gets a little thicker around the middle. Okay. Yeah, something like that. So we can copy that. And then we should be able to just paste that style. Just like live action Simba. Except not. But we can pretend. Okay, so we've got that. Well, do we want to make both of these pupils smaller? Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize it would pull it towards the center if I had them both selected. That makes sense, though. So we'll do that with that one. What about you? Yeah. I think that works a little bit better. And then those eye shines are covering the top of the pupil, but we're trying to say that the light's coming from this direction. So I think it still works. So we're going to go with that. I'm still not sure I like the highlight on the beak. It feels a little off in terms of color. So I might try to take another look at it. Let's see then. What did I do with that? It's somewhere. Oh well. I'll leave it as is for now. And then for the Roadrunner's legs, we need to work on those. We need to make some Sonic shoes. So you know what? Just for a reference, I'm going to make the Roadrunner's style of shoes, though. Okay. And we got that. And we go back. We'll use our fill. Let's check this red for now. Give that a black stroke right there. Okay. Flip that around. Put that up here for now. Okay. So an idea for the shoe would be something like this. We'd want it to cover those giant toes. So, okay. Those are big shoes. Big shoes to fill. Sonic is proud, I think. Do we need to give him shoes? Maybe we just give him little leg warmers. Or something. Most of the Sonic characters have shoes, though, and most of them have red on their shoes. Okay. Well, I think what we're going to do then is more just get rid of the talents. All that work I put in there. Oh, well. You gotta be willing to try new things. And get rid of things that don't seem to work. Plus, we can just duplicate it and keep it. See what we think. So, alrighty. Let's go here. I'll just do this for now. Delete that. And then we've got our shoe. So this will give us an idea of whether or not we want to keep some of this stuff. Also, why did I not delete this? Oh well. Alright, and you... We're going to scooch back here. Oh, man. Alright, so we're going to do something like this. Okay. We're also going to make it smaller because foreshortening and stuff and perspective, and this is going to be a bigger foot because it's coming right at our faces. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. Okay. So we got that. I want it to feel like it belongs to the Roadrunner more than Sonic. Okay. Because the shoe is coming at us, I think this will work. And then we're going to use the pen tool again. And we'll make a clipping mask eventually. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Alright, into there. Now we have a sole on the shoe. We can manipulate that better than this. Okay. Yeah, something like that. So on the inside of your shoe, let's see, and that's the inside of the shoe. So it's coming towards us. So the top of the shoe should actually be coming out towards us more like that than this part. Because it's the inside of the shoe we're seeing. Ooh. Shooby-doo-bop, shooby-dooby-doo-bop. Okay. Something like that. But, you know, better than that. Hopefully. Oh well, we're learning. We're learning. Gotta make mistakes to learn. Generally speaking. That's what they don't really teach you in school these days. They basically, you know, they're trying to say, you can't make mistakes, because that means you're not learning. Okay. So we got that. I want to pull that in a bit. Yeah. Okay. And then top of the shoe like that, maybe. Because the sneaker kind of pokes over the end a little bit. Yeah. And then we can give little socks. And those would go above the toes and below that. So, with that in mind, if we do some Sonic style socks, do something like that. Okay. And then do that, and then we'd add shadows in there. So what's an idea? Okay. And then of course we do want to add the interesting things to the legs. So we need to find those legs. There they are. So the original Roadrunner image, if it was showing up, because I'm blocking it, there we go. He's got those little areas that are those chicken-like legs. Now we may want to shade those very similarly. So, okay. With that in mind, do that. I'm going to duplicate this sock. I'm going to move it. It's supposed to be the top of the sock, isn't it? Okay, so clearly this does not quite work on this side. Unless we do something like that. And we would need to shuffle that around some more. So let's add some more curves and stuff there. Okay. Kind of showing how that foot is moving in. And this is all crumply. We need more crumpliness. There we go. Wrinkles, crumpliness. Same thing. Okay. There we go. So we got some wrinkles in that. Alright. If we go for that. And now for here, I think what we're actually going to do is make some rectangles. Because we can clip those and give each of them a different gradient if we want to. And do various things like that. And that way we also have a stroke that will control that section. So I think that'll make a lot of sense. So we're going to do something like that. Yeah. And then we can add either a gradient or just another pen tool thing. Where we go ahead and add that in there. That will be clipped into that section. And then we can darken it. We can make it whatever. I think we want to darken it. Yeah. Let's do that. And since we're trying to do the Sonic X style, we're going to do that. Okay. So then we want to copy that out. And we're going to push it below the other one. Okay. I'm going to maneuver that so it's better positioned. Yeah. Okay, like that. Alright, and looking at the original Roadrunner, you had a highlight right there, which is interesting. Okay. Well, for now, there's that. Then I think what we're going to do is duplicate this, put it on there. And then we're going to do some more stuff. Yeah. Let me know what you guys would like to discuss in the future. I think the rest of this episode is pretty much just me talking about stuff. So, yeah. Pull this underneath those. We could do something like that. However, we've got those highlights on the back. So we're going to change this, I think, to a highlight. Does that mean we need to change everything to a highlight? Probably. Okay. Well, in that case, let's maneuver that Make it a little more like that. Give it more of a rounded edge. So it looks like another section with its own volume. And then we're going to select all those. And we can change that color. We're going to make it brighter and less saturated. Okay. And if we wanted to be really, really like on top of things, we could probably change everything to a value map. I don't know if that's possible in Affinity Designer. I think Photoshop can do that. But then you can see the absolute values in terms of like whitest and blackest shadows and highlights. And you can see how everything's looking that way. Are they matching up? Are they doing their jobs? Etc., etc. Okay, well, let's copy this stuff. Duplicate. And then we'll move it to our other leg. Look. Okay. So how are we looking over here? Let's see. We can do something like this. Yeah. And then we can just rearrange this to the way we want it. It makes sense that this side has more light because it's closer to the source of the light, according to how we're making this. So yeah, should work. Okay. And then if we clear out the rotor behind it, you can see that we're looking like this right now. It might be a little too busy. We are obscuring one wing. I'm kind of okay with that. Okay. The real question is, do we keep these shoes? Shoes. Okay. Well, Sonic, you got little straps on your shoes with buckles. And a cool little sole thing. Alright then. Let's think about it ourselves. I'm going to duplicate that section. We're going to move the section that's actually smaller behind it. That's kind of a little cheat, so it looks like we got a line following it pretty well. Okay. Then we can change that color to that grayish red, or we can even shift it towards purple, make it a little cooler in color. There we go. That's a cooler gray then. Yeah. In fact, that whole bottom of the shoe should probably be that color. If not darker than purple. There we go. And then we can add little shoe ridges. And stuff like that. So let's get our pen tool again. Okay, is that showing up? It does not appear to be. That's probably why. Okay. So we got that. So for shoe ridges, what do we want to do here? Are we happy just doing this? I think so. Looks okay. Yeah. Alright. And then for this section, we're going to once again put another thing underneath here. But for now, we can just kind of duplicate that. Then we go to the one that was the original. It is no longer. And then we can have a little shoe buckle, kind of pre-made. And then we can give that. Now, most of the shoes are relatively different. Like Knuckles has, I want to say, some green on his shoe. Tails has a different form of thing as well. I think it's a vertical stripe rather than a horizontal one. So there are options. So for now, I think what we're going to do, since this is the Roadrunner, and of course Wile E. Coyote and Acme are around, I think we're just going to put Acme on here. Acme. Alright. Acme brand. Nice. And we can have them follow a curve. That kind of works, though. Acme. And then we can change that font if we wish. Okay, I think copperplate would work. Yeah. And alright, I think we will copy this curve. Duplicate. Let's see if we can't get this to work the way I want it to. Do that. Get rid of the fill, and will that make it count as just a curve, I wonder? Exactly. That did not work like I thought. Maybe if we do it this way? No. Okay, it's just trying to do a clipping mask. Makes sense. Alright, so that means let's try to make our new curve. Follows that. And then we will try to type Acme out on it. And we will double click that, and it will be in caps lock mode. So Acme, boop. Delete that, okay. Curve path tool. We got all that. Did that work? Why don't I see it? Oh, curve path. Oh, you're just really, really tiny. Got it. Wonder why you're that tiny, though. Okay, because the path ended there, it did that. But okay. I think we're pretty happy with it. And then we can maneuver this around. Yeah. And then if we want to, we can even add a little plate thing. I don't know how my shoes would do that, though. I'll look at my own shoes for reference. Like, what does New Balance do? Usually they have an NB somewhere on there, right? I guess it's on the side more than anything. With that in mind, you know what? We're gonna move you over here. And then it's pretty legible as well. We can maneuver this path better. Yeah. Okay. Acme. And then we can make it bigger. I guess we have to select the text for that. Yeah, text. Yeah, it does not want to make this easy. No, it does not. Okay. Well, we got Acme on there. It's not super obvious, and I think we're going to be okay with that. Alright. Also, you know what I should do? With this other one, I should pull it above the shoe. There we go, and then we can just make it look like it's going into the shoe. Oop. Okay. Let's delete that. Something like this. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll figure it out in a little bit. But yeah, I think we're content with the legs. We got some shoes. We can think about those. I would still add a shadow to the bottom of the shoe. Probably make it a multiply layer. So what I mean by that is, we'll be right here. Go up here. Do that for now. And then we'd fill it with like this color or something. Get rid of that. And then we can change its style. Like multiply. Multiply is a pretty good thing for doing shadows. You can decrease the opacity. Stuff like that. That's usually a pretty quick way to do shadows. Alright, you, on the other hand, I'll just delete that. Okay. Yeah. We could do something like this. There we go. And then, do we like the toe looking like that? No, I think what we're going to do with that toe, while we're here, is make it not quite like that, but like... What we might need to do, sharpen that up. No. Something like that. Really, I should probably just take off my shoe and look at it properly. But for now, we're doing this. Okay. So I might select both of these. Let's see, we could do something like that. No. Not something like that. No. Okay. You know, we could do something like this. Make it obvious that the front is shadowed. Yeah. But once again, the Sonic X style seems to have pretty sharp looking shadows and highlights. So I don't know if they do that. The old Sonic. They do something similar. But yeah, even tail shoes back then were different from Sonic's. But they didn't have the vertical stripe. Okay. Well, that's that for now, I think. We can add shadows, doing the same thing, really. If we wanted to the socks. So we move that down there. And we can mess with these. Let's make these all sharp. Make that sharp. Okay, we know the back of this sock should be getting more light than this top part. So I should really flip this around. Come on, flip. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Some more in this direction. Okay. I'm thinking that looks alright. You know what? We could probably even do something like that. Thanks to the shoe being here. Yeah. And then, I feel like another little ruffle may in fact be appropriate there. So we're doing that. Okay. Are Sonic socks just all pokey? No, they are in fact not that pokey. Alright then. Always check your reference. Boop, boop, boop. Make you sharp. Or not sharp. Smart. Smart socks. Smart runners wear smart socks. Okay. They are moisture wicking. That begs the question. Because I do know in some comics and stuff, Sonic has to find good enough shoes that can withstand his speed. And I'm assuming socks would have been an issue too. And I never really saw anything off the top of my head that had him looking for socks. We know Robotnik was an evil genius. Tails is like a mechanical genius as well. I mean, he made the tornado, I want to say is what it's called. The, what is it? The kind of half robot, half plane that is used in Sonic Adventure 2 battle, and I think the first one as well. It's basically a mech plane. You know, because Tails. Why wouldn't he? Gotta keep up with Sonic somehow. Giant robots are probably the best way. So, yes. Yes. Do that. Okay. And then, I should probably add some also cool lines in here. Like Sonic has for his songs. Some squiggly lines and stuff. Okay. So we'll put a line in there. I'm not going to use a fill. I'm going to use the stroke. Okay. Should be working now. Let's reset the pressure. And then we can do that. You know what? I think we may even want to not do that, but that. Make it all spoofy. Let's do that. Kind of curve it in. No. Try a couple things to see if we like something better. No, I think I like that the best. Remind me, Sonic, what are your socks like? Okay. That's what they are like. So, let's copy this thing. Flip it around. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't want me to stay on that layer, does it? Okay. So we got that. We can do things to this one. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we add a little curly Q to this one. Maybe not. That works. Okay. And then you. So from this side, should be getting something like this. Because we're getting there. And that pops out. And that's going to be a little pointier on this end, right? Okay. Alright. I think we're content with that. Then we can once again duplicate and do weird stuff like this. If it'll let me. There we go. So now we've got the sole of the shoe. And we just need to copy that there color again. Though the multiply layer may mess that up a bit. So far, so good. Okay. That works. And then, you know what? We might even pull it in a little bit. There we go. Yeah. I think that is good. Okay. I'm going to copy you over to here. Flip that around. Okay, and then we can change this as well. It's probably going to be easier to hold one finger down and select those nodes. There we go. Alright. Now we can kind of maneuver it. Okay. Yeah. I think that's looking alright. We'll say the acne is only on the inside of the shoe, maybe. Usually it's on the outside so people can see it, I guess. But, yeah, we're not going to worry about it. Okay. So with that in mind, so the back of the shoe will cover part of the sock. So we gotta think about that. Let's do something like this. There we go. We can do something like that. So we make it kind of look like that's coming out behind the shoe, in theory. Okay. We got that. Got the poofy sock. Okay. How poofy do we want the sock to look? Does that still look okay? Because it would, let's see, it would still be kind of covering. So you're going into the shoe, but the sock is poofy enough it's covering it. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I think I overthought it. Sometimes, that's all you gotta do. Realize you're overthinking things. Okay. We got that, and I think we'll keep that sharp edge there. Try to maneuver that in like that. Okay. And then we can copy that crazy use of shadows. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Copy you over. Let that do over. Up we go to this sock. Alright, and then we'll just mess with it. So we're going to do something like that. Yeah, I think that'll look okay. And we just need to have some wrinkle lines that make that make sense. In theory, that can work. Okay. So let's get our pen tool again. Can change that around. Let's reset the pressure. Probably just want 1 point of pressure. And then I think we want it to look like it's bunching up. So maybe something more like this. Okay. And then do something like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend wrinkles are my forte, because they're not. They're my pianissimo. For all you music people out there, you know what I mean. Okay. You want to do anything else? Maybe, maybe like that. Yeah. Okay. You don't necessarily want too many wrinkles, because that will probably take away from it looking more like Sonic. Make a smaller wrinkle there, maybe. Which do we prefer? I think I like that one better. And is it better with or without you? Without? With. Without? With. I like it better with, I think. Alright. So there's some ideas there. And then if we want to, we could do this. Make it more obvious that this is a shadow. A Shadow the Hedgehog, if you will. Alright. And then anything else we want to do to the body? So Sonic kind of breaks up the blueness of his body with this belly right here. What about Roadrunner? You do anything crazy? No. Your wing does that, basically. So most good designs have like a small, medium, and large space. Alright then. I think we are pretty close to finished with this idea. Put that back in. There we go. So maybe what we want to do is maneuver this and put it like there. Make it more obvious. Kind of separate that space a little bit better. Yeah. Maybe we add a little belly. Like Sonic. We are combining the two after all. All of his outside is highlighted on his body. Well, I think then, one other thing to try, as we go into here, find this highlight, and then maybe, let's see if it looks any good over here as well. No. Not liking it. Okay. So I think, yeah, adding a little belly feather or something in there might be good. So let's get our ellipse tool. Put it there. We'll reset the pressure on it. Put it into here. And then we can just maneuver this until we get what we want. Two curves with you. I think we're going to do something like this. I'm just double checking. I don't think Sonic's belly has a strong stroke, but it does have a stroke. Okay. So for that, let's maybe make this a 0.5. Yeah, there we go. So we can do that. Bring it in to there. Okay. And then we can make it this color, kind of like Sonic. He's got a similar color to his face as his belly. Or belly to face. Yoink. It's his skin. Alright. So then we can think about that. Okay. It's an idea. I think we will actually adjust this because I like the shape of that belly so much. Yeah. And then, for the belly, we will do that same multiply technique. So let's do... Actually, duplicate the belly. We'll then change its color to black. Alright. Let's take it to multiply. Pass it down pretty far since we did pure black. And then we can maneuver that. Okay. Okay. Well, we got something like that. And then it has that edge like the rest. Okay. So, for now, I think this is close to what we're going with. Yeah. Alright then. Let's copy that other shadow from the shoe. And then if we wanted to, we could take off the shoes. That is a possibility. And then we could just finish the chicken legs with their little sections and things. So those are possibilities. So let me know in the comments below, dear viewer, if you prefer shoes or no shoes. And hopefully it'll help you change your mind one way or the other once we finish the shadows on the shoes. Okay. Find me that shadow. Find me that hedgehog, is what Dr. Robotnik, or the Eggman would say, I'm sure. Alright, you into here, and we'll change you. Anything else we need to do? No. Okay, and we do have the light coming from the back, so that is actually going to be more up here. Here we go. Something more like this. So, let's manipulate this shadow. So we can kind of do that. And maybe even pull that down. Yeah. We can pull that over here. And then we'll make another few nodes. Pull you over here. Because this sock is definitely going to add some shadows. And I'll make it kind of like that. Yeah. Okay. And a reminder that that sock's going to make shadows, so we'll do that. Okay. So yeah, this is our Roadrunner Sonic cartoon mashup. Let's take a look at the originators. Okay, we're gonna make them small. Yoink. Yoink. So we took this guy and this guy, and we made this guy. So let me know what you think, dear viewer. Do you like this idea? Do you hate it? And so on and so forth. Leave a like if you did enjoy this. Subscribe to see more Lunar Nebula art videos. Comment below, as we have discussed throughout this video, various topics. Because why not? Why not build a community? Yeah, and share this with a friend if you think they'll like it. I'll try to make a speed art video and have that up hopefully Sunday. Maybe the following week, just depending on when I can get it done. But yeah, I'm also trying to make background music for it. And it's, yeah, trying to mash two styles of music together may or may not work well. Especially when I'm new to it. So, have a great day.